Peace and love, Supreme Soul family. Welcome to the Sacred T Square. I'm the creator and host, Telephicent the Excellent T Honey, the artist. Really quickly, I'd like to invite you guys to join the Order of the Sacred T Square Facebook page. That's facebook.com/, the Order of the Sacred Ones. That is how you guys can message me. And it is also how you all can book personal readings, okay? So, what we're going to be doing tonight is another spiritual whisper session. Okay, I do these channel messages live on Wednesday nights. Okay, usually, if you want a message from a specific passed on loved one, what you would do is donate to the Cash App to get messages from your specific passed on loved one. But my past two readings now have been hijacked by my man's Tupac Shakur. And so what we're gonna do, I he says so formal. Machiavelli the Don, he says. Okay. I I dressed him too formally, I suppose. Okay. Because we really have been getting to know each other real well over this past week. Because I've been channeling my man's for literally like a whole week now, for sure, for sure. I got some more notes, some more information, some more insight that he's wanting to bring to the Divine Star Seeds. Okay, he's got some insight for us here. Okay, uh, you know, those that are Tupac fans know how his energy is. Okay, by the way, do check out the video I posted. Okay, because I redid Troublesome 96. Okay, I spit a verse. Okay, so please do check that out. Okay, check out your girl. Okay, but that's the energy I've literally been channeling with him all week type shit. Um, Anybody that knows Tupac and knows his energy, it's like very much the rebel. Okay, very rebellious. Very what's the word? His energy was so to the point where uh he's he was very militant minded. Let's just put it like that. Okay, very militant minded. Okay, he talked about it in all the interviews or the videos of him back in the day. Okay, of him studying the different generals. Okay, or studying the different dictators or different leaders. Okay, because that is how he saw himself. Okay, um, as like a general. Okay, general of what? Okay, now that's the thing. Okay, is coming into a deeper understanding of which war you're fighting. Okay, um, I feel like he's trying to help make us a little bit more cognizant of the battles we choose to fight. Okay, picking and choosing your battles uh wisely. Okay, and because we pick and choose battles all the time, but pick and choose our battles wisely, and that's why that word has always been on the end like that. Okay, um, because we are divine star seeds, which means we are a part of the divine army. Okay, the divine army, because it's constant spiritual warfare. Okay, what and this is him breaking all this down. What's spiritual warfare? Okay. Spiritual warfare is where you put into situations where you're constantly having to sell your soul over and over and over again. Okay. Now, these are things you do choose to a certain degree, but there's trickery in behind it. Okay. You're literally constantly being tricked into it in different ways. Okay. Um, It's not like how you think it is. That's what he wants everybody to know. Okay. Selling your soul ain't what you like think it is. You do it little by little. Okay. Every time you're getting up or getting paid or doing something that you don't feel like you want to do, someone coerced you into doing it. Okay. That's selling your soul. Okay. Or any time where you didn't speak up for yourself, okay, or allow yourself to be diminished, okay, for the sake of someone else's energy or allowing them to feel bigger in that moment, okay, you sell yourself short, okay, these type of things, okay, it happens very subtly, it happens over time, right, and you do it without even be becoming aware of what you're doing, okay. Even me, I had to realize maybe I was accepting money for some services I didn't care to provide. Okay. And so that's the hook. That's the trick. Is somebody getting you to willfully engage into some shit you don't want to motherfucking engage in. Okay. That's the hook. It's a whole master manipulation situation. Okay. Based off of what? Well, the way he's breaking this down for me, right? Okay. So put a pause button right there. The first message we talked about last week, right? When Niccolo Machiavelli, okay, and Nikola Tesla, they came up in his reading, in his energy field, in his space. Now, the thing is he actually literally took on that name. Now, here's the thing. He may or may not actually been Machiavelli or actually been Tesla, right? But you know how it is when you're living your journey and you're coming into remembrance of things on your spiritual path. That's what he makes me feel like what's happening with him. Like when I read about certain ascended masters, I identify with their energy very well. Certain ones, I literally feel like I was them. Okay. And so it's about coming into eternal wisdom in regards to who it is you truly are, okay, on a soul level. Okay. So uh I researched, you know what I'm saying? I pulled up a little bit on Niccolo Machiavelli and his life in the Italian Renaissance. Now, very interestingly enough, Tupac was all about Renaissance. Tupac was literally like a modern day Renaissance man type energy. Okay. Um, he was like a public he was like a public official of that time. Okay. Um, and that's literally how Tupac came. He became a political figure. Okay. Um, due to his family, okay, due to the whole Shakur and the Panther connection, okay, due to just the way his lifestyle was, um, or this type of thing. So, like, he became a political figure in this lifetime, or made certain stances against certain political situations because of the simple fact of uh, everything, you know, the connection in the Panther Party. But that's the thing is that uh, Niccolo Machiavelli is a similar story. Okay, uh, you look into Tesla's background. It's very interesting. His story. Okay, I could draw parallels from both men to Tupac, and that would be several videos in and of itself. Okay, but I also would like when you read about certain people or you read certain books, certain things trigger certain remembrances. I felt that remembrance energy, like he was reading The Prince, you know, and he like, no, I identify with some of these principles. You know what I mean? But then you realize, well, no, I'm like this guy. I'm more than identified with it. You know what I mean? I carry a similar energy as this guy. Okay, right? Because Tupac read about many people. You know what I'm saying? He pulled principles from here, there, here, there, here, there. That's what you're supposed to do, okay? We all just, share nuggets, share gems, okay? But with certain energies, he knew his energy was more connected or more drawn to that energy, that energy is actually a part of him, okay? He could have took on he could have took on any he could have took on anybody. He could have took on any alias he wanted. Okay, there have been plenty of people that had either faked their death, died, or had resurrected, or plenty of African leaders that may have even faked their own deaths. We know Queen Zinga. You know what I'm saying? She faked her death too, and so she could still bang on her enemy and protect her people. You know what I'm saying? uh yeah, they thought she was dead for a whole long ass time. You know what I mean? But secretly still plotting, fighting, da 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 da. Uh, he could have chose anybody. You know what I mean? But he identified with that energy. You know what I mean? As himself or as a part of himself, right? So, thus he took the name. How Tesla comes into play? Well, the energy of the electricity, okay, and the ability to be able to pour the electricity out of the air, okay, out of the air, okay. Tupac's a Gemini, okay, or has several Gemini placements, or at least a few, something like that, right? Uh, this ability to pour electricity out of the air. Look at his personality. He is very electric, very intelligent, just like Tesla, okay. Uh, Became haunted by the CIA and different operatives. You see what I'm saying? Uh, like Tesla, for his work or for what it was he was trying to do. Okay, or what it was he was trying to make available to the public, right? All these similar parallels, right? The deaths under the mysterious circumstances, the mysterious cases, surrounding their deaths or how things went down, cover ups. And again, these were, federal situations. You know what I'm saying? Why was this needed to go down on a federal level? Why does the CIA care about Tupac Shakur? Okay, Tesla was from a little small town situation too. You see what I'm saying? But became, you know, the main target. You know what I mean? Because of wanting to do what was right for the people. You know what I mean? So he's wanting us to know that it's important to understand those connections and why I said that, so that you can understand what we're getting ready to go into right here on this level. Okay? So, bringing it back to where I was at before. Okay, Pac essentially, looking at him, looking at his energy, looking at his background, where he comes from, uh, how he was able to figure certain things out. He was he was in his time a triggered divine masculine type of energy, right? Just so we can put it in our terms, or the terms that we regularly hear right now, so that you understand the energy of it. Okay, essentially, he's like the triggered divine masculine energy. Okay, of you know having come out these crazy situations, have been stuck in survival mode for so long, you know what I mean? Not being able to trust anybody, not knowing who to trust, this, that. Um, Certain people being in place the whole time, actually watching you, actually uh, guiding or having a hand in your path behind the scenes, these kinds of things. Okay. At that time, uh, you know, we weren't looked at as, oh, I'm psychic or this or that, or I have these gifts or this or that. You know what I mean? People knew that they were special. They knew they were special in a world full of everybody trying to convince them that they wasn't special. You know what I mean? But they didn't understand their gifts. You know what I mean? They didn't understand why they were special. They didn't understand what it was they were seeing, how come it was they were sensing certain shit. You know what I mean? That's that's what he's letting you know. It's like, uh, you know, now he knows. Now he realizes that, you know, that's where the raging on the emotional tip come from. You know what I mean? From not having been able to speak your truth, from not being able to speak your true emotions or your true feelings, or um, not being able to live who it is you truly are for so long. You know what I mean? That's where that rage, that's where that shit comes from. You know what I mean? And not only that, but how it triggers to certain things that went on, you know, maybe in previous lifetimes, and how that stuff ties in. Okay, because he said in one of his interviews that one of the only things he feared was reincarnation. Okay, because of him feeling like the life he was leading was a cursed one. But see, the thing about it is now the conception of a curse, he understands that's all mental. That was all put in place. That there was a situation constructed to make him feel that way. Okay, that was essentially the trap that he was rapping about. You know what I mean? Um, and he didn't realize it at that time. He's clairvoyant. Okay, like he could see certain things, or could see how certain shit would play out, or how shit would happen beforehand. Okay, he didn't understand that he was channeling. There was many a times where like he was channeling either his personal guides, okay, or also him studying all these generals, all these leaders, all these people he was studying and reading on, just like me studying in him and me channeling him now. Okay, when you read about a certain figure or a certain public official or this or that, or you can identify with certain things in regards to that energy. Okay, um that energy can show up to support you, or if it doesn't think you're honoring its work, or if they don't think you're honoring those particular principles, it could haunt you too. You know what I mean? These type of energies. Uh, he feared the reincarnation because of the simple fact of what he knew, or what he felt he had already been through previously. Okay, the whole outlaws thing. Okay, the whole thug life outlaws, this that. Okay, being wrongfully convicted, or or trying, or being wrongfully tried or charged, or these things like this. Uh, the thing about it is, Nikola Tesla was outlawed. You see what I'm saying? Nikola Tesla. I mean, not Tesla, Lord. Niccolo Machiavelli was, you know, charged and exiled, persecuted. Okay, uh, you know, even this is why he's coming through. He actually came. He was coming through the same time that the Christ was coming through for the collective as well. Okay, Nipsey as well. Okay, the reason they're all coming through is because that whole element of the persecution, or us, have felt persecuted, or us having felt like outcast, or us having, you know, been exiled to a certain degree. Uh, a lot of us being the black sheep because of our gifts. You know what I mean? And it's like that. Being made to feel low and feel worthless. You know what I mean? It's like that's the trick he's talking about. You know what I mean? Uh, he understands now that like, okay, those principles, uh in one of the interviews, Pac was saying about how ultimately it's better to be feared than loved, right? That's the whole thing, is that certain principles as far as surviving, getting ahead, that Machiavelli had, yeah, okay, but that's not what makes you the prince. That's not what makes you royalty. Uh, um, that's, the answer is always love. It's always your higher self. You know what I mean? He realizes that is, you know, a distortion. And it's a distortion as it relates to trigger divine masculine energy because of everything that they've experienced, right? This lifetime and previous, right? But here's the thing. Um, being divine beings, essentially, okay, being birthed forth into this realm, okay, there are certain energies in place, okay, basically watching them, okay, right? We would otherwise call them maybe handlers, right? Okay, these are the ones that, they're put in place um, at certain times. Oh, I just caught a whole orb. Uh, they're put in your life at certain times to, lead certain actions. It's like it was like monitoring and like uh, track, right? Handlers, right? You, the thing with the handlers is that energy, right? It has to be sustained through rituals and all of that other shit, right? Right. See, that's all the shit that they'll be doing in secret that they won't tell you about. You know what I mean? Us growing up in the hood, you know, a lot of our big mamas and elders and shit have been killed off. A lot of the knowledge and wisdom had died with them. We didn't understand about the herbs. We didn't understand about our spiritual gifts. We didn't understand about any of this that we were to stand to inherit. Okay. And see, the powers that be, or the people in the position, they know that, right? Why? How do they know that? Because they created the situation to be that way, right? So it's very deep. But here's the thing about it is the divine beings being birthed forth into this realm, you know, a lot of us track since birth, okay? Certain people, certain situations put in place, right? Handlers, right? Now, what he was talking about is the high level trickery, right? Because we talked about that last time too, how he wanted to bring awareness to the tricks, the master manipulation and things like that, that, that go on in the media or go on, with the higher ups or this or that, right? So how this ties into it is he was talking about what happens when you fall in love with the handlers, right? How all hell can break loose, literally. I'm getting hot now, you know what I'm saying? I know this is what he really wants me to talk about. Um, so he he brought it up like I want them to he's like tell them like about your situation a little bit. My situation, like I met someone I was sure was another divine counterpart. And I mean they were indeed a soulmate and someone I was meant to learn whereas, learn karmic lessons from and stuff, shit like that. Right. But see, the handlers don't know certain shit. You see what I'm saying? The handlers, it'll be somebody incarnated with you in your same soul matrix, in that same first soul group. One of them same first, people you incarnated with or encountered at first before becoming awakened or enlightened. Okay? The thing about it is they'll know though. They'll know certain knowledge and wisdom. They'll have access to certain information. They'll know how to play it. Okay? They'll only tell you so much. They'll keep you in the dark about certain shit and keep the other information for themselves type shit. Right? And it's because they've been put in place. Right? Now, for what? For the trickery. For the trickery. The trickery out of your divine given power. Okay? So, what happens is it's a glamour. It's like a constant glamour spell in action, right? And basically, if you can think of the matrix, you think of the quote unquote simulation, it's all like a big ass glamour spell or ritual, but on crack, but like on 10. Okay, so he's literally giving us keys on how to hack it or to hack the trickery and behind it, right? Okay, so the thing is, you're the true righteous one. You're the true magi. You're the one with the power. Okay, you being birthed forth in this realm as a divine star seed. You're still a divine being. You carry the power. Okay, you see shit before it happens. Okay, you hey, how are you? Okay, what's going on? Good vibes. What's up? Okay. Uh you see shit before it happens. You experience shit in your dream space, okay? You say shit, you think shit, and then the shit happens, okay? This type of energy. You're born forth in the physical realm, yeah, but you're still a divine being. See, they know that power or they knew it before you did. You didn't know, right? But see, it's because you're under a constant glamour spell. Okay, it's like the Matrix, like a big ass glamour spell. And what they do is trick you into giving up that power. They take the power and the energy you project that you give out. Right? That's what powers the whole spell to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Like in the message from last week, right? Okay, in the first message in the part one, right? Okay, he was they were showing me, my guides were showing me like this mirror that was flipping like this. Okay, how he was saying how we could literally take the tricks that they use to, do everything, and how we could flip everything on his head to actually work in divine favor. Okay, we was talking about it, they were showing me that mirror. I got insight more into the mirror thing. Okay. The mirror, I said something about a double reverse. So let's say this sheet of paper is the mirror. I saw it flipping like this, right? Now, what he's showing me the trickery behind this shit. Okay, so pay attention because I'm gonna show you. Okay, you see these L's right here? I wrote them out so I can remember how to show you this shit. Okay, so what he means by a double reverse, I'll show you this the side that the L's is on. What he means with the flipping and with the double reverse, he's saying their trick go like this. Not only do they take what's righteous, righteousness is this way. They flip it. Boom. Okay. Now you want to complete the other side. Right? Okay. And you're thinking, oh, I gotta get this back. I gotta get this back up right. Da, 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 da. I gotta flip this over on them. Da, 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 da. So you fuck around and you flip the shit. Boom. Okay. But it doesn't go nowhere. You end up actually reverse of like where you started. Like, if that makes any sense. Like they took your original righteous understanding and flipped it twice to use it against you. So every time that you get out thinking you're gonna flip shit, you actually flip it in a wrong manner or in the wrong direction. Okay, they try to make it to where you get lost in this hollow mirrors and you never get back up right. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Hopefully that's gonna get somebody up. Somebody gonna understand, okay? Cause that shit was like, what? Yeah, but that's what they do though. Okay, they're playing with the realities. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the thing is, right? Okay, how can I explain this in a way in which y'all will understand? Okay, reality as it is, creation as it is, there's already a mirroring aspect that happens. As above, so below. As within, so without. Right? Right. We understand that now, right? But at the time, okay, you don't you didn't know that before. Okay? So you were constantly getting caught up in little traps. Things will switch or things will flip, and you're like, well, why is this happening? Okay? Because what you're experiencing is a big ass glamour spell. It's a spell to control what you're experiencing. Why? Because what you're experiencing triggers your different thoughts and your different emotions in regards to what you're experiencing. They then take that thoughts, that energy, those emotions, and then they flip it and use it to empower the simulation itself. Right? But see, this is your energy. Okay? This is your power. Okay? This is what you just been given it. You just been giving it away the whole time and you didn't even know. Okay? Why? Because nobody ever told you what your power was. Why? Because nobody ever wanted you to be in a position of power. No one ever wanted you to be powerful. You see what I'm saying? They've been just trying to drain you of your power, your energy the whole fucking time. Okay? And then they're using these boxes, these tubes to reflect to you with the power they stole from you, mind you. They're showing you what life should be, what power should look like, what success should be like, and trying to control your perception. When why? Because it's your perception that is creating their simulation. It is your perception that is literally creating their reality. You are literally the magician. You're literally the magician. the government, the elites, those are parlor tricks. Okay, that's a glamour spell, but on a mass scale. Okay, and you heard it here first, and your man's just outed them. Okay, okay. How's this coming through? You know, uh, well, I also got a channel message about one of the lines in his track. I have pulled up the one. Okay. From the song As the World Turns, right? Okay. The line. Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal. Right? From As the World Turns, right? Now, here's the thing. He didn't realize it. But when he wrote, he was channeling his higher self a lot of the time. They Pac was a writer, okay? So they were either giving him visions, he was seeing shit, or writing shit out, okay? Wars come and go, my soldiers stay eternal. That was a divine channeling when he wrote that, okay? So that was literally him channeling his God self. Him literally coming into the remembrance of him being a part of the divine's army. We're all a part of the divine's army. Okay, we're all a part of the spiritual army. We're fighting a spiritual war. Okay, what is it? It's a spiritual war. It's an energy war. Okay, if they're draining and taking and depleting the energy, okay, they're attempting to kill off the spirit, but they're attempting to hack everything about creation. You know what I mean? To the point where they're threatening creation as a whole. They're threatening existence as a whole. They're not just threatening Mother Gaia. They're threatening the cosmic mother. They're threatening the cosmic womb. The womb everything was birthed out of. Okay. It's like, hmm. But this is what we up against though. This is what the battle really is, you know. So when he said, you know, when he's saying, you know, wars come and go, but my certain soldiers stay eternal. Yeah, you are a divine soldier. So it's even more imperative that you pick and choose your battles wisely. You know what I mean? And to watch the emotional triggers because a lot of the times he was, you know, thinking or acting out or speaking as a triggered divine masculine. You know what I'm saying? But his healing was happening gradually, as all of ours do on this journey. Okay? Hence, only God can judge me, which is the first track that we was getting the messages from. Okay? So that's very deep to understand it. Okay? He was speaking from a place or acting out from a place of a triggered divine masculine. Okay, that's why only God can judge him because he's still a divine being, but you become aware of your divinity in the middle of someone hijacking your divinity or attempting to. Okay, and you're like, how the hell is this happening? Type energy. Okay, and he's coming through bringing these messages at this time because okay, here's a synchronicity with the numbers. Okay, Tupac turns 50 this year. Okay, all right. This is 2021. All right, a universal year 5. 50 breaks down to a 5, and so does 2021. Okay, and he had the song changes, right? After his after his passing on the greatest hits, the song changes, right? Boom. Okay. And so that's the thing, is that he's coming in as an ascended master now because he's noticing the changes that we're trying to make. He's seeing the changes that needs to be made. He's still very much in that energy of being the general. You see what I'm saying? He's still thinking it from the aspect of a leader. It's just from the aspect of a divine leader now. Okay. So he's seeing the traps and snares that his sect, you know what I'm saying, of the divine army, he's seeing the snares that they're getting caught up in. You see what I'm saying? So he's coming forth to bring these messages, you know, in efforts to help us avoid the snares. And in efforts to, in fact, not just even avoid the snares, right? But to take the snares and flip them back on them, right? That's the point. Is to like make the shit that they were trying to do actually work in your favor. You know what I mean? But you don't have to really try. I mean, the divine already does it. All you have to do is do you. All you have to do is be yourself. You know what I mean? He's coming to give us courage to do and be ourselves, even in a world. You feel me? Take that as confirmation. Even in a world where complete mayhem is going down, shit going crazy, you keeping your composure. You know what I mean? You've already been triggered by everything. You've already experienced everything. You know what I mean? They don't deserve that energy. You know what I mean? They don't. He now realizes how precious his energy was. He now realizes how much energy he actually gave out when he was thinking, when he was thinking certain things, when he was speaking certain shit, when he did certain interviews, when he got into it with certain people, the energy he put into certain shit, he realized now that none of that shit was worth his energy. He realized how precious his time, his efforts, his energy truly was. And if he had it his way, he wouldn't have gave them motherfuckers an ounce of that shit. Like that's his word. Like so my story though, as far as like he wanted me to share my story a bit, you know, because falling in love with the handlers, right? Because when you're dealing with this simulation, you're dealing with a fat ass glamour spell. Okay, what you need now, right, is agents in order to keep that glamour spell going, right? So, divine star seeds, it's been a few people that you incarnated with that's actually been sent to like watch you, keep an eye on you, you know, have shit go in certain directions, or try to hold you back from doing too much, or da 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 da. Right? I met one that I knew was a soulmate. I didn't know what a twin flame was at the time, but this person did. You see what I'm saying? And basically kept me baited in a situation, in a relationship that, you know, would have been hard to get out of. Because when you're dealing with somebody that's a master manipulator, right? They're already they're the agent of the glamour spell. They already know how to hook your ass. You see what I'm saying? They already know how to make you fall in love. They already know how to get you to, they already know how to lure you into the situation. They already know how to do that shit. You see what I'm saying? So being that they're an agent of this glamour spell situation, you know what I mean? You then, it could be dangerous, being in the clutches of, you know, someone who's manipulating at this kind of a level. You see what I'm saying? Because what's happening? That handler is siphoning energy off of you in certain instances, you know, taking your energy, taking your ideas, taking certain shit back to the higher ups. Da, 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 da. They in cahoots, you know what I'm saying, behind your back, feeding you false information and da 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 da. That which in turn you took the advice, so it got you caught up in this trap or this web. Da, 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 da. And some people get caught up in them traps and they never fucking get out. Some people die right in them. You know what I mean? And so this is why he's coming forth to explain this, because he's still a general. He's still a general, but of the divine army. He gets it now. He don't want none of the divine star seeds getting tangled up in this shit. He's trying to cut through all webs of deception right now, point blank and period. Like he want us to see exactly how they are doing this shit. Okay. It is a fat ass glamour scale on a mass level to create the simulation. See, and every time we tap into our God self, we actually cause the glitches. We cause the glitches in the motherfucking matrix and shit. Take all this shit as confirmation. It's been quiet as fuck tonight. You see what I'm saying? It's been quiet as fuck tonight. Nobody has ever gotten this close, you know, nobody has ever gotten this close until now. Like, all we have to do is be ourselves. We can't be afraid to create. We can't be afraid to put messages out. We can't be afraid of the information we're getting. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's coming from the divine, you know. We can't be afraid to move on nothing, you know, because fear isn't real. You see what I'm saying? That's what he's wanting us to see. It's a trick. It's an illusion. You see what I'm saying? They're projecting shit at you to make you feel fear. Okay? They want you in a fearful state. Why? We're dealing with fucking, you know, parasitic archon energies, evil ETs that fucking feed off of fear. Of course, they're gonna generate the simulation or the glamour spell to where you're kicking out the fear for them to feed on. We're sustaining them in this realm. Yes, that's how they're doing it. Like, you know what I mean? And he wants me to talk about the situation that I experienced, you know, as far as falling in love with a particular soulmate, man. Some of our soulmates are agents. You know what I'm saying? Some of them were your handlers. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's what's really interesting, right? The divine has even utilized some of us to the point to trigger what's going on with some of these agents or what's going on with some of these handlers. Because, see, they've been programmed, they kind of robotic in what they do. This is why they come back saying the same things and doing the same things to try to get back into your good graces, or, you know, they look for that end to be able to manipulate you or get you back under their control again so that they can, you know, continue to cipher and, you know, get the information from you, right? So the thing about this is they never anticipate ever, okay, actually falling in love. They never anticipate being able to be manipulated either. You see what I'm saying? Which, ain't that crazy? Because people who are manipulative can easily be manipulated. You see what I'm saying? Because they're only thinking about things in a set manner. They're not thinking about things all the way around. They like to think that they are. You know what I mean? But when you limit your scope to a specific target, you know what I mean? You know, you leave yourself open to be manipulated because you just told the person what you was after, type shit. You know what I mean? And the thing about it that's real interesting is sometimes you can fall in love with one of these handlers, and the thing about it is they will deny, use you, da, 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 da. And then when you walk away and you finally ready to do you and be you, now they realize what love is. Because they've never experienced true love before until whatever interaction with you. You know what I mean? They've never seen nothing like it. You know what I mean? Like, you're out of this world literally for them. You see what I mean? And this whole time they've been trying to hack your reality and control your perception, and you just completely changed and shattered and shifted their shit. You know, you just showed them a whole realm of shit that they never even fucking knew existed. You know what I mean? But yet, what? We fear these motherfuckers? Can't be. You know what I'm saying? Or are we gonna allow them to control us or manipulate us? And we actually have the power? Hell the fuck no. You know what I mean? You know that we're not going for that shit. Uh and like our generation is the closest to being able to see through this shit. You see what I'm saying? On a big level though. You know, the things that they do, that energy can actually be hacked. Those spells can be flipped and reversed. You see what I'm saying? But you first have to know what it is you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Nobody got that close. He said, you know, he said in the 60s and the 70s they got close to hacking the matrix, close but no cigar. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because of the whole free love shit. You know what I mean? Here's the thing about it. Because it was one of them double reverse situations he was talking about. Okay, love is free. Okay, energy should also be free, which is what that's the Tesla connection, right? But see, that's the time where they begin to just equate love with sex. You know what I'm saying? Or that's a time where they begin to just equate love with romanticized, you know, situations. All of the other aspects of love begin to fall to the wayside. You see what I'm saying? And then, so what happened? You had a whole generation of people talking about free love or whatever like that, but they were just seeking love, trying to fuck each other. You know what I'm saying? Trading off sexual demons and some other shit and some other shit, creating more negative karma and some other shit and some other shit. You know what I mean? It was a trap. You know what I mean? To a certain degree. So, uh, you know, he's giving us some stuff to be ahead of the game. You know what I mean? He's given us some steps here to help, you know, see your way past what's going on, you know, in all circumstances. You know what I mean? With family, with friends, with the fucking the government, the fucking politics, the bullshit that they showing you. Why? You know what I mean? Why are they showing you what they're showing you? You know what I mean? Just ask yourself and you're gonna get an answer. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to see right through it, you know. So peace and love supreme to all of you guys. I hope this message is helpful. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you came late, catch the playback. Uh and then hopefully next week we can go back to channeling messages from people passed on loved ones. I might just have to do some spiritual talk messages off to the side for my mans and let us get back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. All right. So thank y'all very much for tuning in. So glad you came. All right. And peace, love, supreme to you all, my viewers.